The power plant does not have energy. It generates energy. To be more accurate, right, and actually generate is maybe not the exact term. I said, okay, tell me about that. He said, well, what a power plant actually does is it takes energy from one source, then it transforms that energy into another kind of energy, then it transmits that energy, which is what you call generating the energy. That process of transformation to transmitting, I just call it generating energy. But that's what it's doing. So in the same way, we don't have happiness, we don't have joy, we don't even have energy. We are taking energy, or just consuming it and letting it land on us, and we are transferring or transforming that energy into what we want to experience and transmit in the world. And that's why I said yesterday, we have to be responsible for the energy we bring into our families. Because guess what they do? Especially when they're young, they don't know this metaphor, so what do? They just take the energy that hits them. They don't yet have the tools to transform that energy and be who they want to be. They just take the energy. So when you get around people who are either unconscious or children, and sometimes it's the same, you really have to manage your energy, right? How many of you have ever been in a negative mood and it completely set off somebody in a way you did not anticipate, right? You know why? That person did not have the tools to deal with your energy. How many of you have ever been that person? Someone's energy completely set you off, right? We've all been there, but the thing is, you gotta learn how to deal with that.
Here's the key to starting your day with an unstoppable attitude and how to keep that motivation going. And it's so simple. It's to make sure that you are feeling good during the process of whatever it is that you are trying to achieve. Because feeling good is literally the fuel that drives motivation. Think about it. It is absolutely impossible to stay motivated throughout the day if you are harboring negative emotions or if you have a bad attitude during the process. The reason why people in business fail consistently over and over again, the reason why you may have a difficult time achieving your goal, it's not because of the challenge. It's not because you're not smart enough. It's because somewhere along the way, positive momentum ceases. And the reason why positive momentum ceases is because the individual is focusing all of their energy on what isn't working. They're wallowing so much in the problem that they're not leaving any room at all in that brain of theirs for positive thoughts to seep through so that they can come up with healthier alternatives, solutions, and to deal with the next problem that will inevitably follow probably moments later. Feeling good is the fuel that drives motivation.
In the scheme of life, hitting the snooze button is not that big of a deal. But here's the thing about life. None of us wake up and say, today is the day I destroy my life. What we do is we kind of check out because it feels overwhelming. Or we check out because we're afraid. Or we check out because we start listening to self-doubt. And then we make these teeny tiny decisions all day long. We don't even realize it. Decision to not get up on time, a decision to not eat the right thing, a decision to snap at your kids, a decision to not speak in a meeting, a decision to not look for a job, a decision to not deal with your finances, a decision to not call your parents, like whatever it is. All day long, these tiny decisions that take you so far off track. And then you wake up, you look at your life and you think, how the hell did I get here? And more importantly, how do I get back over there? And you have no idea. You knew that there was more in store for you, but you couldn't figure out how do you close the gap? How do you find the power that's in you? How do you discover your greatness? How do you solve these problems? It feels so overwhelming. You get trapped in what I call the knowledge action gap. You know what to do, but you can't seem to make yourself do it.
The most important trait you can have in your children and in yourself is to have intellectual curiosity. Because intellectual curiosity is what makes us who we are. The day we stop being intellectually curious is the day we die. And then we become zombies. And you know so many zombies in this world, they have absolutely no interest in anything else.
There's extreme darkness, there has to be extreme light. It's duality to everything. Okay, why not me? I've already overcome this. Why can't I go and start a company? Why can't I build something that's meaningful? Why can't I create this new paradigm shift in the way we look at the world as big giant superhero training facility? The count of, okay, well I can't do this because of where I come from. I can't do this because of how I look. I can't do this. I wouldn't start anything. Everybody will wake up each day doing subtraction. Through life looking at people as an opportunity for me to serve. Because while I'm waiting on my blessing, I can be a blessing. That when you focus solely on your darkness, everything becomes about you, you become selfish, and you could be driven to a point where it becomes toxic. And that's why you see some people implode once they get to where they're going, because they look up and no one around them really wants them there.
Life is not going to be perfect, and if you expect it to be perfect, you're fooling yourself. And a perfect life without a challenge is not a perfect life, it's a boring life. Boring.
Instead of trying to live a successful life, if you aim to have a successful day, if you have 13 out of the 24 hours of your day, if you won those hours, you won the day. And if you win most of the days in a week, you won the week. You know, if you win, most of the weeks in a month, there you go. Most of the months in a year, most of the years in a life, and all of a sudden, look at that. Without even trying, you've been able to kind of get somewhere.
Life breaks everyone, and some are stronger in the places that broke.
Yeah. But trauma is an opportunity to change and to reorganize the elements that made up your life.
Mental space was sort of endless, right? You could learn forever. You could think about things forever. But actually, we only have a certain amount of mental time every day. And if we're dedicating that to trying to figure out if someone likes us or not, which is a very important thing, we all like to be liked, whether we admit it or not, that, I think, is a waste of mental energy. Why would we want to spend it towards that? That's why I think ambivalent people are more dangerous.
But it doesn't take any more effort than going to a job that you hate. And unless you believe in reincarnation, you've got one shot on this planet. One shot. So don't you want to make a difference? Don't you want to leave something behind and make the planet better than you found it? Why are you here? What do you want to accomplish with your life? And it doesn't have to be being rented, and it doesn't have to be money-oriented. The same principles in Disrupt You can change the educational system, you can change healthcare. I mean, I am humbled by what I'm seeing people create around the world with so little. But we are on this ball together. We can solve problems together. We can make a better future together. It's an optimistic story that you get to write your piece of the story. Why wouldn't people want to push their potential? So aim for the stars. If you didn't make it all the way, you made it to the moon, not bad.
Tomorrow, it's the new me. Tomorrow, I am gonna get up on time. I am gonna go to the gym. I am gonna look for a job. I'm not gonna drink so much. It's gonna be amazing. The new me, the future me. Woo! Let's do this, right?